So we're above the connecting L going into the garage, and here's our typical problem sometimes, all these roofs connecting, valley, you know, getting some water shield.
Yeah, you have the shed roof, you have this gable roof, and another gable roof coming into the valley. I mean, this is a situation where you really have to know what you're doing when you're flashing a roof. And basically the way to do it is starts with the self-sealing membrane right here with granules on it. And what this does is actually sticks to the roofing sheathing itself and forms a nice tight barrier. Basically, when you penetrate it with a nail, it seals so water can't get under it, which is always good. And we run it to the cheek wall and up the side wall. So our step flashing will go over it, and then we'll have to counter flash that also.
That's right.
If we start right here and get this next piece of self-sealing membrane on, we can then work on the transition of the two high-pitched roofs. All right, so now I cut a short piece so we can see what we have. So I'm gonna take and cut this. Take it to you, little Charlie. And I'm gonna go out on my way to 0, but not all the way. Now, no bubbles, keep it nice and tight. So what we've done here is we've taken our piece of membrane, we've laid it tight to the roof here, tight to the connection of the transition right here. We've also brought it in and up the wall and up high enough so that water will never get in here, and the molding and the fascia board will come way down here, so we're way above it. So what we'll do next is we'll run a piece on top of it in the direction of the valley, and that will really seal it well. Push it down flat to the nice and tight in the valley. All right, we have our self-sealing membrane on the shed roof right here, and also our drip edge. And drip edge is copper with the zinc coating, and it's heavy, 16 gauge, I think.
It is.
And the step flashing is the same. It's nice and heavy, 16 gauge, then the zinc coating on top of it. This is gonna last for a long time. Okay, so to get started here, I've taken a piece of clapboard that's tapered. I'm going to put the taper in behind this piece of counter flashing so that any water that comes down the roof or the sidewall will be pushed out away from the outside corner. Okay, so now we're ready to install our starter strip. I'm going to start with a little piece of 6 inches. I'm going to place it in the corner. I'm going to overhang the starter strip by about 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to tack it. We also want to make sure that we use copper nails so we don't have dissimilar metals holding them down. Take my next piece, the starter, where the 3 tabs were cut off. Bring it out about 3/8 of an inch further than the drip edge.
You good?
Yep. Take our step flashing that has already been pre-bent, and I'm going to put 1 tack in it into the sidewall. Now I'm ready to start my shingles.
And after a long debate and about 4 or 5 different roof shingles and samples and colors, and a lot of different colors on the house, this is the one they chose, the charcoal.
On a house this period, I would do a 3-tab shingle, just as they're doing, and charcoal is a nice choice.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're going to now tack the shingles, and I want to tack them right near the glue line. Make sure I'm straight. So now I want to put a second piece of step flashing on. It's very important that I don't hang the step flashing down into the reveal of the shingle. So this is a 5-inch reveal, so I want to keep it up about 5 1/4 inches so you don't see it below the tabs as they go. All right, so that has to get nailed right there. Next I would cut my shingles, and each time, this is starting with a full shingle. Now we've taken a shingle and we've cut 6 inches off, and that goes on like that, and we're going to line it 6 inches from the edge. These shingles actually have a little slot right there where I bend up, and that lines me up exactly right. The bottom of the shingle goes with the crown of the slot here and here. Then we go right up the roof. Then we'll have another piece of step flashing that's going to go here, again above the crown, or 5 1/2 inches up. A double, so now we have 2. Put that down. Again, I pull up the little tab. That lines me up exactly where I want to bring. Down here with my slots. That keeps me nice and straight. Another piece of step flashing. Another tack. And then we're now down from 2 to 1.5. Drop it on, bring it down for the reveal, bring up my offset right here, 6 inches. Another piece of flashing. Now we have a single. Just grab me a single there. Yep. Now we have a single. Single will go on all the way up like that. And then I could put, if I wanted to, I could put another piece of step flashing and a half. And all of these pieces we're taking off of the previous shingle that's going to go up. So if you look at the shingles, they're offset 6 inches. A lot of guys will take and they'll stagger them back and forth like that. I don't like to do that. I think this is a better way to do it. All the joints are in the same place, but it also looks better over time as the shingles may start to wear. You'll never see how these shingles are put down. And then once the roof is done, we'll counter flash everything by putting the self-sealing membrane right on the sidewall and on top of the step flashing. So there's no water going to get in there anyway.
No chance at all.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.